If you people do like this, then it is difficult to understand Part B programs. Okay, students, in last class we were seeing about the window presentation foundation. I'll share the screen. Yes, students, is my screen is visible? Can you see the PPT?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, students, in last class I was explaining about the window presentation foundation architecture in detail. The basic what is window presentation foundation, how it works, and it is part of what? It is part of what also we have learned in module 1. It is part, this one, window presentation foundation is a part of .NET Framework 4.0. In yesterday's class, I shown you the .NET Framework 4.0 architecture also. In that architecture, we find this window presentation foundation. Yes, students, there also we have learned that what is the purpose of this window presentation foundation. As the name itself implies, window presentation. So presentation means the look, the appearance, how it look, the appearance, how it is. So that is nothing but a, that is not, that's your presentation. All about the presentation we are going to learn in this WPF, and this is the architecture of this this is the architecture of window presentation foundation. Before I explain this architecture, in last class we learned about, I told you about the CLR. What is CLR, students? What is CLR? Anybody? What is CLR? CLR stands for Common Language Runtime. It is one of the very important components of .NET Framework. This CLR has some properties, that is, it provides a security to the code. It provides it allows for cross-platform or cross-language integration, and it allows a automatic garbage collection and exception handling. These are the features of this CLR. When we run any program or when we run any code in this .NET Framework, there are two ways of compiling the program. That is managed code and unmanaged code. Managed code pass through this CLR. Unmanaged code will not pass through this CLR. So this window presentation foundation, we have everything. We have managed code also and we have unmanaged code also. When it comes for the managed code, it passes through CLR. When it passes through the CLR, then whatever the features are there for the CLR, everything will be applied for that particular code. Last class I gave an example. One concert is happening. I got an ordinary ticket and my friend got a VIP ticket. Then how the treatment with my friend? The royal treatment will be there because he has got or she has got a VIP ticket. So this here also, this unmanaged code you can assume as a VIP. So whatever the facilities are available for this VIP, so or this CLR, everything will be applied for this managed code. Whereas unmanaged code, there's just an ordinary ticket. Just go and watch. No, just one. They'll provide a seat, and that to be sometimes very far. You cannot able. Sometimes you may not able to see what clearly the concert. So similarly, so that example I took for managed and unmanaged code. So this is the architecture. In last class we were seeing the presentation work. Yes, students, presentation is a first. This is a first layer of this architecture. So this is the top layer. First means this is the top layer of the WPF 4.0 architecture. The presentation framework component is implemented as a presentation framework.dll. So this is represented or this is implemented as a presentation framework.dll. .dll stands for Dynamic Link Library. .dll assembly in the .NET Framework 4.0. This components, this presentation framework components provides you provides you provides you different classes that you can customize the appearance. Yes, students, yesterday's class I shown you the how we customize the appearance. Yes, how we customize the appearance? Anybody? How we customize the appearance? In the phone example I gave, no? In the phone, how you customize? Apurva K, how you customize your phone? If I tell you to customize your phone is in general mode. I tell you to customize. Apurva K is there? No. Regular student Apurva, can you tell me how you customize your phone? Is how you customize, Apurva? Yes, students. In the phone, there are different modes are there. So for each mode, a standard ringtone or standard background, everything will be font size, everything will be given. But we change. Similarly, when you open a Visual Studio, when you open any form, then a standard font color, a standard background color, everything will be given. But we are going to customize this because I want to give the font color in this second text box. I want to give the font color white, but the background is also the default background is white. If I give the font color white, then will it will be, is it clearly visible? Yes, students, is it clearly visible? No. Why? Because the color combination is when the background is white and even the font color is also white, then we cannot see the font color will not be visible. The font color will not be visible. So that we change, we customize. So how I customize here? The background color for first text box I have given the background color blue, and for the second text box I have given the background color black, and third, fourth still I have not changed. So here this is nothing but the customization of the form. Yes, is it right? Understood, students? Understood? See the background, generally the background color of this button will be little gray color. So I'll change the background color, and the foreground color is the font color is black. So what I do, I have changed to white, little like white shade. Yes, did I change? Yes, I have changed the. So here, whichever way I want, I'm customizing. Phone allo hange martivalva. Whichever song you do, you want. So that song you put as a ringtone. I don't want any company tone. I want to change. So there you do. Similarly, here also we customize the appearance. We customize the framework for a good appearance. For a good appearance. Yes. The next. The first is window presentation framework. The presentation core. Presentation core. It is a component implemented in presentation core.dll. See students, this is I'll write here so that you'll understand. This framework, presentation framework.dll. So dynamic link library file will be available in this presentation framework.dll. For this presentation core, the presentation core component implemented present core.dll. .dll. These components provide some of the most commonly used features. Which are the most commonly used features, students? When you customize the form. Respond. Already we are doing a part B program. When we customize, when we want to change the presentation, then what all changes we do? Yes, obviously the GUI, the user interface, we create the user interface with the different effects, the background color, or yes, students, please respond. If you are not understanding, please tell me. See the BG color is background color. Do I change or not if I want to customize the form? Change Martina Ilva. Foreground color, foreground color, and image, and some of the events I include. Event is nothing but some of the buttons. Through the button only I do the events, no? Yes, students. Through the button only I do the events. So why we are doing all this? Why we are doing all this? Everything we are doing for the presentation purpose only. Yes, for the good presentation, to make the appearance good, to make the appearance attractive. So we are doing all this. If you open any website, just a website name. If you open our department, assume that our department has a separate website, BMSIT MC department. Just a heading and some of the tables, about admission information, placement information, and that's all. And faculty ratio, faculty details, students, how many students are there, result, only this much. Yes, in all the websites this information will be there. If the same information, if I include some images, if I am showing the transport details, then with the buses, any bus photos if I include, then it will be little attractive. The department photos if I put with the students, if we have done so many events in our department, from those events some of the students and faculty's photo if I put, see you are understanding the difference, no? If I put some images, if I give some effects, then the website look will change, the appearance will change. Those who a new user or a student who wants to join to BMSIT, before they visit the website and they check what are the facilities are available. So when we give the information attractively, so using this window presentation foundation, then even the students or the users who is going to see the website, they'll be attracted. So how to attract? By giving some adding some images, by changing foreground color, background color, giving some effects, so that we can. So everything is available in presentation core.dll file. DLL is nothing but dynamic link library. So next we have Windows base. What is Windows base? Windows base is a component is implemented as a Windows base .dll. This is also implemented with a Windows base .dll. DLL stands for Dynamic Link Library. .dll assembly in .NET framework. This components, yes students, listen carefully. This components provides a fundamental features for WPF. This components provides a fundamental features for window presentation foundation, such as threading, such as threading, type converter, and dependency properties. It provides some of the basic features or some of the fundamental. This Windows base, it provides some of the basic or fundamental features for this window presentation foundation. The features are threading, type conversion, and dependency properties. Some of these features can be accessed and used outside the WPF domain also. Yes. So this Windows base, this is a Windows base. It provides this window base provides some of the fundamental properties for this window presentation foundation. What are the fundamental properties? Are threading. See, what is threading, students? In Java, you have studied, no? Threads. Whatever the event, whatever the application we execute, that is nothing but a thread. So how to execute the program, and type converter. We are using so many data types. How to convert the data types and dependencies. We write so many classes, dependency classes we write. So how the classes are depending. So all this information, the basic fundamental features or information will be given by this Windows base. And the CLR. CLR, what is CLR? Till now I spoke about CLR when I was explaining here in the beginning. What is CLR? What is CLR, students? Respond.
Common language runtime.
Common language. What is the purpose of the CLR? So the CLR is a very important component of this .NET framework. This CLR provides security. CLR provides a security and memory management and exception handling features for this .NET framework. And we have MIL core. MIL core is an unmanaged component. MIL core is an unmanaged component. Unmanaged components means what? It is the opposite of CLR. Correct, no, students? Because the CLR, the managed code means it passed through CLR. So whatever the properties or whatever the features we have for CLR, those will be applied for this managed code. Those will be applied for the managed code. Whereas now we have a MIL core. So MIL core is unmanaged component, means it is not passed through this CLR. This is an unmanaged component in .NET Framework 4.0. MIL core interact with the DirectX. See here we have DirectX and acts as a medium for interface between. So this MIL core, it acts as a medium between DirectX and CLR. This MIL core, it acts as a medium between DirectX and CLR. Due to this interaction with this CLR, this MIL core is an interface between CLR and DirectX. When I say this MIL core is a interface between these two, then these two are interacting through this. No, these two are interacting with MIL core. When they interact, due to this interaction with the DirectX, MIL core allows the display of 2D as well as 3D diagrams, 2D as well as 3D graphical components, 2D as well as 3D graphical components. So the main purpose of this MIL core is to display the 2D and 3D images. The main purpose of this MIL core is to display the 2D and 3D images. So this is the, then we have user 32. What is user 32? In system you have no user 32. In system you have user 32. What is user 32? Any answer? Win32. What is Win32? What is user 32? Any idea? Yes, in next class you have to tell me what is user 32. And Windows code. So Windows code, it has whatever the code we write. So it will provide the codes which are available for Windows Presentation Foundation and the kernel. What is kernel? Go back to Unix. Kernel is a core of this architecture. This is a core of or base of this architecture. On this kernel only all these layers are standing. On this kernel all these layers are standing. So next we have XAML. XAML is very important. What is XML? Yes, students. Anybody heard what is XML? Anybody hearing XML first time? First time ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ XML? Okay, students, wait. So before I go to this XML, because I have not included that in the PPT. So next, after this, we have Solution Explorer. Yes, students, what is Solution Explorer? See, Solution Explorer. Anybody? What is Solution Explorer? The Solution Explorer. Yes, listening students, is my voice is audible? Is my voice is audible? Yes, students, generally when you see the Solution Explorer, what all the informations you can see? The Solution Explorer, what are the informations you can see? Yes, respond. ಏನು ಇಲ್ವಾ Solution Explorer ಅಲ್ಲಿ? Nothing you can see or nothing is visible, students? Nothing is visible in the Solution Explorer? Please respond. Okay, the Solution Explorer which allows you to view projects. The Solution Explorer which allows you to view project references and the files that are created for the window presentation foundation in a hierarchical manner. In a hierarchical manner, whatever the in the hierarchical manner, whatever the components we are using, whatever the it may be files, it may be images, it may be forms, whatever the whatever the files, project files, references and other images, whatever we are using in this particular application, in this particular program, everything will be available in the Solution Explorer. Yes, students, what is the name of this project? WinForm 1. Yes, the name of this project I have given WinForm 1. In the Solution Explorer, first this Solution Explorer contains the information of WinForm 1. Yes, students, can you see? Is it visible? So this is the Solution Explorer has the information about this project. What is this project is? WinForm 1. So whatever the information it gives, the Solution Explorer, it has the information in a hierarchical order. Yes, students, when I told you whatever the images you add in your program or you add in your form, that should be there in the Solution Explorer. That should be there in the Solution Explorer. Yes, here I have the logo in the Solution Explorer. Yes, there are two ways to add the images in the Solution Explorer. Just you can copy and paste, or you can copy and paste here, or you right click on the window program project name and go to add new item. No, sorry. Right click, go to add sorry students, not here. Yes, if I want to add a image to this form, select this form, right click on the form, go to properties. In the property you have background image. Yes, students, you have a background image. Click on the background image. Click on the background image, and here any click on. Already I have this logo. Now I want other image. I want any other image. Go to import. Go to import. There in the downloads or in the download or in C drive or F drive, whatever the drives you have, wherever you have the images, you can just import to the properties. Import to the property. Yes, students, one way is just copy and paste, and the other way is importing. Yes, it is scattered. The now I'll close this property window. I'll open the Solution Explorer. Yes, students, if you observe carefully, the previous images are only logo. Now, one more image is added. One more image is added, that is C# certificate.jpg. This is one image. So that image is added, and I'll show once again. If you want to add, see students, whatever the images we add to our form, that will be there in the Solution Explorer. The two ways to add images to the Solution Explorer is just copy and paste here. Copy and paste here, or one more method is select the form, or for this display button, I want to add the image, the background image. So go to properties of this, and go to the background image. Now it is none. The background image is none. Click on import. Click on import. Yes, students, the image I have taken gray color only. Wait, I'll change. I'll change the image. Yes, the button background is changed now. Previously it was some color. Now the background I have given with some image. Now if you go to Solution Explorer, yes, one more image is added. See, the whatever the images we add, or whatever the files, or whatever the forms we add to this particular program, everything will be saved in a ascending order. So that's why here we can see in a hierarchical order. And after this, we have program file, and we have references, we have properties. And now if I want to include any new form, go to file, go to program name, add new item. Here you can include class, you can include interface, you can include window form, you can include user control components, user control for presentation. Whatever you want, you can include. So now I'll include Windows form. So click on OK button. So now, till now, students, only form 1 was there. Now form 2 will be available in Solution Explorer. So the meaning is, whatever the image, whatever you are going to use in your particular program, everything will be available in the Solution Explorer. Everything will be available in the Solution Explorer. Next, property window. Where the property window is available, go to view. Or here on the desktop, you have an icon. The first icon is Solution Explorer, and the second one is Property Window. The second one is Property Window. Yes, students, can you see the property window? Is it clear? Is the property window is clear? The first is name of the form. The name of the form is form 2 because this is the second button, and the font, the background color. See, whichever is necessary for in our lab, whichever we are going to use, only that I am explaining here. The background color, the background image, and the background image layout. Tile means like how we put tiles, no, in our home, like tiles one by one. The image it will display. Center means only in the center it will display. Scratch means like scratch, like when we pull any image. So how it displays like that, it will display. Zoom, when we zoom an image, how it looks like that, it will display. And here in the font, you can change the font size. You can change the font size, and you can also change the font color. You can also change the font color, and yes, students. Here one more thing you have size. So generally the size is in the form of a pixels. The size is in the form of a pixels. Now I'll change. See where I have put my mouse pointer in the property window. Size. The value is 300, 300. Now I'll change this. I'll change the form, students. Yes, this changed 671, 414. 720, 495. And next we have a text. See here, the text value is form 2. Yes, students, in the text, if you observe the property window, here in two places we have the form name. That is, for name we have form 2, and for text we have form 2. If I change the text value, then the appearance will change in the monitor or in the form. The name the display name is form 2, and now I'll change it to next form. Next form. See, this text value we are not going to use in the code. The text value we are not going to use in the code, just for the appearance. Just for the appearance we are changing. Yes, students, if you observe, the previously it was form 2. Now it is next form. Yes, artha agta idya? Yes, students, are you following how the things are changing in Solution Explorer and how the things are changing in property window? Yes, understanding? Respond.
Yes, ma'am.
So next is toolbox. This toolbox is very much important. Generally we use this word tool in the tools in our daily life. We use if any plumbers come to our home, then he comes with his tools. Correct? No, the tools may be hammer or screwdriver, or some he will be having some of devices. So those devices are nothing but the tools for him. So using those tools only he will repair something, no, he will do some work. So here also to design a form we need a tool. Without a tool we cannot create a GUI, or we cannot develop a GUI. So in the toolbox we have some of the controls. We can call this as a controls. Using these controls we design the form. Using this control, we design the form. What are the toolbox contains? We know that the most commonly used tools from the toolbox is text box, combo box, data grid view, data grid view, um, labels, image list also sometimes we use, labels, list box, list view, and the most commonly used is text box. Sometimes we use timer and month calendar. Where it went? Month calendar. So if you want to display the month, yes students, in last in first form I have taken everything. I have taken everything in the first form. Yes, students, if you observe yesterday's class, in the month, in this calendar, the date, which date was highlighted? Which date was highlighted? This button was there on 9th. Today, the system date has changed. Today date is 10 November 2020. Now, the button went to the next date, and tomorrow it will go to 11, next 12, like this it will go. Even in the date time picker, it shows the date and time in the text box. It shows the date and time in the text box. Yesterday it was Monday. So today it has changed to Tuesday, November 10, 2020. Yesterday it was Monday, November 9, 2020, if you remember. If you forgot, then you can see the yesterday's video. So Tuesday, November 10, 2020. So everything, how I am doing all this with the help of toolbox. With the help of toolbox, I am including everything in the form. Yes, students, property window, solution explorer, toolbox. Why we are using all this? Why we are using all this? To make the presentation. Correct, no? To make the presentation. To to create a good GUI, to develop a good GUI or attractive GUI, we are using all this. We are using property. We are using solution explorer. We are using toolbox, everything we are using. So next we have XAML. XAML, it is one of the first thing you will encounter while working with Window Presentation Foundation is XAML. XAML stands for Extensible Application Markup Language. XAML stands for Extensible Application Markup Language. It's a simple and declarative language based on XML. Yes, student, what is XML? Do you remember XML? What is the difference between XML and HTML? Bega. ಏನ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತು HTML ಗೋ XML ಗೋ? ಹೇಳಿ. Yes, in HTML is used to develop a web page. Correct now? Yes, students, correct? HTML is used to develop a web page. To develop a web page, we use some of the tags. The tags are the important tags are the mandatory tags are HTML and body tag, HTML tag and the body tag. If you want to include any title, any header, then we use a title tag, body tag. Sorry, title tag, header tag we use. But the two most important tags are body tag and HTML tag. If you want to make the font bold, then we use bold tag. If you want to include the image, then we use image tag. If you want to use the link, then we use anchor tag. If you want to include any link in the program, we use anchor tag. And if you want to add a table, then we use table tag. Yes, these are all the predefined tags. Yes, students, these are all the predefined tag. I want to create my own tag. USN tag, name tag, class tag, city tag, state tag. Is it possible in HTML? Yes, students, is it possible in HTML? Agata HTML ali? No, you cannot use this using XML. XML madidira? Yes, Surya, did you try your own tags in XML? Do you remember first semester? Okay, in Excel, you can create your own tags, students. You can create your own tags. So the one of the first thing which you encounter with WPF is XAML. XAML stands for Extensible Application Markup Language, and it is simple and declarative language based on XML. XML means in XML you can create your own tag, and in XAML it is easy to create, initialize and set properties of object with a hierarchical relations. XML is very simple and it is easy to create. It is easy to create, initialize and set the properties of object with hierarchical relation. It is mainly used for designing GUIs, graphical user interface. However, it can be used for other purposes as well. Yes, it can be used for other purposes as well. Example, to declare the workflow in the workflow foundation. To declare the workflow in the workflow foundation. So this is the basic syntax. When you create a new window presentation foundation project, you will encounter some of the XML code by default in the main Windows XAML as shown in the below. So if I include a new project in the program, so it encounters some of the it encounters a basic code in the program. Yes, students, like how when I open a Visual Studio program, when I open any console application program, so by default some of the lines will be there. Is it right? Yes, students, by default some of the lines will be there, no? Irutta ilva? Yes. Is the skeleton is visible, students? The skeleton of this console application program. Did I add this in the program? Did I add program only? No, I have not added this program. I have not added these things in the program. By default, when you create any console application, by default these will be there. So similarly, when you create a new window presentation project, you will encounter some of the XML by default codes. The XML default codes are window x class is equal to resource dot main window XML HTTP. So this is the code. This code is by default. It will be available. How when you open any console application, how the code the by default code will be there. Similarly, when you open any new project with window presentation foundation, then by default these code will be there. The students understood? Yes, when I click on this calendar, when I click on this calendar, so in that I'll go to that particular method. So when I go, so here in the program in the .cs file, some of the by default namespaces will be there. By default namespaces will be there. So similarly, when we create a new window presentation project, some of the default code will be there. This is a code snippet. Students, I'll stop here. The next topics we'll see in the next class. I hope you are understanding. This Friday you have lab. Students, please don't miss Friday morning lab. Answer your attendance. Aditya,
Yes, ma'am.
Ajay,
Yes, ma'am.
Amit.
Yes, ma'am.
ಅಜಯ್ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಹೇಳು, ನಾನು ಅಟೆಂಡೆನ್ಸ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರ ನೇಮ್ ಬಂದಾಗ. ಅಂತಿಮ
Present, ma'am.
ಅಂತಿಮ she went to placement.
Present, ma'am. I'm here, ma'am.
ಅಪೂರ್ವ
Present, ma'am. Present, ma'am.
Okay. Ashwini,
Yes, ma'am.
Bindu, Apurva I marked. Bindu, Divyesh, Gaurish.
Yes, ma'am.
Gaurish ಇದನಾ?
Yes, ma'am.
Gaurish.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Gautami,
Present, ma'am.
Rini. Yes.
Present, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Surya.
Gunashakar present, ma'am.
Present, ma'am.
Ma'am, Gunashakar present, ma'am.
Oh,
Okay pa.
Ma'am, Harini present, ma'am.
Okay. The students, due to network issue, I lost the connection. So I'll continue. Nazma?
Present, ma'am.
Okay. Nidhi?
Present, ma'am.
Ma'am, you didn't call Nana.
I called due to network issue. My voice is not. I'll come once again. I'll call your names once again. So let me finish. Pradeep,
Yes, ma'am.
Preeti,
Present, ma'am.
Rajesh, Sahadev,
Present, ma'am.
Saket, Saket, Santosh, Santosh. Yesterday also he was not there. Seema,
Yes, ma'am.
Sinchana,
Present, ma'am.
Spurti,
Present, ma'am.
Guru,
Present, ma'am.
Varsha,
Present, ma'am.
Yashaswini,
Present, ma'am.
Amruta,
Present, ma'am.
Anusha,
Present, ma'am.
Apurva,
Present, ma'am.
Sai Siddharth,
Yes, ma'am.
Chetana,
Present, ma'am.
Kavya,
Present, ma'am.
Madhu, Madhu, Madhu Ilva, Madhushri, Manish,
Present, ma'am.
Sarfaraz,
Present, ma'am.
Murugesh,
Present, ma'am.
Murugesh,
Present, ma'am.
Muttumani,
Present, ma'am.
Muttumani, Paresh,
Present, ma'am.
Paresh is in.
Pooja,
Present,
okay,
ma'am.
Pooja,
Present, ma'am.
okay, Prashant,
Present, ma'am.
Prashant, okay,
Present, ma'am.
Pratik,
Present, ma'am.
Pratibha,
Present, ma'am.
Pratibha,
Present,
Pratik,
Present. Present, ma'am.
ಆಯ್ತಪ್ಪ ಸಾಧನಾ
Present, ma'am.
ಶಶಾಂಕ್
Present, ma'am.
ಶ್ರದ್ಧಾ
Present, ma'am.
ಶ್ರೀಧರ್
Present, ma'am.
ತನುಜ್
Present, ma'am.
ತೇಜಸ್ವಿನಿ ಉಮ್ಮೆಹನಿ
Present, ma'am.
ಆಶೀಶ್
Present, ma'am.
ವಿದ್ಯಾ
Present, ma'am.
ವಿಶಾಲ್
Present, ma'am.
ದಿವ್ಯೇಶ್ ಇಸ್ ದರ್ ಸೂರ್ಯ ನಯನ ನಜ್ಮಾ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ನೋ
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Divyesh is not there. Rajesh is not there. Saket is not there. Santosh is not there. Madhushri. Madhushri is not there. Okay, others all are present. Rajesh, Madhushri, Saket, Santosh, Divyesh. Okay, students, I'll stop here. See you in the next class. And Friday you have lab. Friday morning. Don't miss Friday morning lab, students. Okay.